All right, everybody, it's come down to this, day 40 of 40 here at Gulfstream Park West. We know the championship meet is right around the corner, Friday, November 29th at Gulfstream Park. But, Ronnie, we have some unfinished business in a major way to take care of. This will be, we don't know who's going to win, per se. We can guarantee a gigantic pool Sunday.
Yeah, gigantic pool. Everything must go, as they say, when there's a big sale. But this is not a sale. It's handicap, and you got mandatory payouts in the Rainbow Six, in the late pick 5, and, of course, in the late pick 4. So everything has got to go.
Now, it's a 9-race Sunday. Do note, 12:30 p.m. is your first post time. So we start a little earlier than usual. The Rainbow Six, which the carryover was about $1 million heading into Friday's card, starts in race 4 on this Sunday, November 24th. It's a filly mare, 3 lifetime 6250 claimer. And it's funny, Ronnie, right off the bat, Arundel has a pretty strong hand, not only sending out the one Hill Valley. I know you prefer, at least on top, the 2 Leilani taking a drop.
Yeah, a reclaim by Arundel and trainer Juan Alvarado, stretching out to mile. What I liked about this horse, a couple of starts at the mile with a win and a third, return from the layoff. He went up, he dueled for the leading weekend, what should prove, I think, as a perfect table setter for the stretch out to this mile distance. I used Infinity Sky and Vicky Apple. I went 3 deep for my Rainbow Six to start it off. I thought those were the logical 3.
No, we boxed up the same 3. I prefer the 3 Vicky Apple. I kind of just had less questions with her, even though ostensibly she's facing better horses here. But her last race at this distance here, which is key, was a strong effort for J.C. Avila. I actually went 4 deep, Ronnie, to start. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. I covered my bases with Hill Valley. For me, in the end, I think what I'm trying to say is I don't trust anybody here to start.
Well, that's a good way to do it. You want to get it off on the right foot. You don't want to get knocked out in the first
I'm
leg.
very good at that. Don't want that to happen.
And just to touch on Vicky Apple a second, that was some performance. Turned on those afterburners last time out.
Yep.
Won it by 9 lengths. So 3 deep for me and 4 deep for you.
Yep.
That's not normal for Jason.
No, it's not. I am a penny pincher for sure. Now, 7, 8, 9 for me in the 5th race. This is the one spot on the Sunday card that if you're putting in a more modest-sized ticket, if you like the favorite, Milka, who's a big chalk on the morning line, she might be the most logical single. I, however, don't trust her just because she's got no races going 5.
Yeah, I used 2 in here. I did use Milka, and I also used Golden Knoll. This is where I wanted to. I thought that Milka, big, like you said, big favorite on the morning line, dropping to the 20 level. Game outing last time out from a tough outside post. It was post 10. She dueled through the lane. She finished second. It was 50 maidens at the distance. And I just thought of that performance. A lot of people are going to single there. I couldn't. I did use Golden Knoll. Going back to the grass today, lost all chance. If you look last time out, veered at the start. I think you give this one another chance. You get Antonio Sano and Paco Lopez, his name to ride. Had to use that one on my ticket.
Now, Paco must be used, especially on the turf. So Milka, and as we were talking, obviously you saw the replay of her last start. It was a good effort. If she can go 5, she probably wins, but Ronnie and I don't fully trust her there as a 3 to 5 morning line favorite. Moving on to race number 6, we'll go 2 turns on the dirt. It's a 2 lifetime 6250 claimer. Let's check out the last out effort at Cabre. Lost a tough one, and we're looking at it now against Elusive Row. If this horse can stretch out successfully with that speed, put it this way, Ronnie, when I was trying to put this ticket together, I went 2 deep in this race. I'm 5'6". To me, Cabre might be the stronger single when compared to Milka. This horse's last race was really good.
Well, I agree with you 100% because if you look at my analysis for Sunday, this is my best bet on the card rather than Milka. I did go with Cabre, who's stretching out to the mile. And, return from that. That was after the race you saw. After a 5-month layoff to finish second, was only beating that neck. Going 5.5. It's Gustavo Delgado. And I used Deal with a Dude on my ticket who's dropping to the 6,250 level. Made that middle move, finished third against 16. A little better for me. So it's Ralph Nix, MSCL Jaramillo, handling the class relief, so I had to use that one on my ticket.
All right, 3 down, 3 to go as we approach Sunday 7th. We are on the turf in one of the bigger size fields. In fact, as a whole, this is a sequence where you're averaging about 10 starters per race, pre-scratch, of course. We've got a 3 lifetime $10,000 claimer, and I had a feeling you'd pick the horse that I picked in the 8, Eric the Salesman, who in the what have you done for me lately, his recent form is good. I like that he's riding just a high wave as far as his personal best races go.
Yeah, he's turning back to 7.5 furlongs. Trio of really solid performances at a mile and a 16th, which includes that stalk, the pace fourth against this caliber competition. But I wrote my analysis. This is what gets the nod on the consistency angle. Always seems to be there. The 7.5, I don't put much stock in turning back from the mile and the 16th to 7.5 with this horse. But I did go 3 deep in here. I used Southern Sea in here. It's hoping to finally notch that elusive non-winners a 3 lifetime condition. Rallied to finish second. And, of course, Lawyer Drill is trying to make a strong case to be on my ticket.
All right, so very good there, Ronnie. I caught that. Ronnie's 3 deep. I'm 2 deep, also using, like he did, the 6 Southern Sea. But it's really about Eric the Salesman with Paco and just how well that horse has been running of late. The 8th race is our last dirt race of the season here at Gulfstream Park West. It'll go at 7 furlongs. Number of well-connected, informed horses are in the race. It's a pretty good 16K claimer for the gals. Let's check out the last race of the number 3 Nonsense. She's coming out of a good victory against Papa's Little Girl. They are both players in this race, but you've also, Ronnie, got to factor in there are some new shooters, including the 2 Derlin for Safi, the 4 Valley Girl for trainer Ralph Nix, and I see you got a bit of a price looming in the 7-horse Painter Fest.
Yeah, Painter Fest is my long shot in there. But Nonsense, this is one of my favorite angles. A winner of 5 of 15 career races, fits the conditions of the race perfectly. A good performance last time out for trainer Armando De La Cerda. But I did go with Painter Fest, 15-1 on the morning line. This is where I was trying to get a shot. Debuts locally for Timmy Hills, stretching out, rallied to finish second behind that repeat winner called Corn off the Cob. It was a 12-5 conditioner. It was in a sloppy track. Nick Juarez. I'm looking for a price somewhere on my ticket. Now, I also use Nonsense and Derlin, but I'm going to try and upset everybody with the Paint the Fest, the number 7 in race number 8.
Kind of sounds like Mr. Miyagi with Paint the Fence, right? Doesn't it?
Maybe that's what they meant.
I'm thinking that might have been the case there with Painter Fest, who's got Timmy Hills, and as Ronnie mentioned, Nick Juarez. I'm 2-3-5. Derlin Nonsense, who again was pretty good last time, and the 5 Creative Award, who's down in class. I do like that class dip for trainer Bob DeBona. 3 deep for me to wrap things up, and we hope come Sunday's nightcap by this time you're all sitting pretty chilly here with some coverage and feeling pretty good about your chances to take down the mandatory pool. We wrap things up. You've got 14 pre-entered in this 2 lifetime 3-and-up Filly Mare claimer. We'll get into the last out race, and you've got 5 that ran in the 6th race here, October 27th, including Tennessee Cotton, Tail Adios, and Passing Moments. This race is nuts, Ronnie. I get a sense maybe a half length might separate a good chunk of this field in the ability department.
Yeah, and you would think Tennessee Cotton's going to take the lion's share of the action because it ran, as you can see, very well in that race. But I did go with Tail Adios, and it's, I guess, a little bit of a hunch play saying adios because this is our last race of the Gulfstream Park West meeting. Wheels back, same level and distance, made a move, flattened out a little bit, but I respect the connections. Terry Pompey, I just think this horse might be able to upset, but I had to use Tennessee Cotton and Passing Moments as you're watching the race that they were in. So I just think they are the logical 3 in the nightcap. So my ticket, $64.80.
Absolutely. Ronnie 157 capping things. My play, meanwhile, and this is a rarity, a little more expensive than Ronnie's. I went in for $84 and change. Couldn't come up with that single, and I hope this is not a trim that's going to come back and bite me. I took Passing Moments out at the last second. The ticket was just a little too much for my taste anyway, wrapping things up with Sunday's nightcap. But I do want to thank Ronnie, obviously the horses and the horsemen, but especially the fans for supporting us all season long here at Gulfstream Park West.
Yeah, just a couple of days we'll be over at beautiful Gulfstream Park. $84, you?
I know. I'm going to need a loan. We'll see you next time, everybody, and be sure to join us opening day at GP.